but there's so much. There's no way you can finish it. We had an amazing dinner of Hawaiian food yesterday. But anyway, outside of that, I ran a bunch of errands. We did the grocery shop, and I had to go to the pet store. The usual, rigmarole. Nothing too ultra special. My wife had to choose a new game, so she started playing Dragon Age 2. And surprisingly enough, Dragon Age 2 didn't come out in like 2011 or something like that. I want to say that was about the year 2011, 2012. It might have been 2012, but I think it was 2011. So you're talking a game that's a good 11, 12 years old. This game doesn't look bad. I was shocked how good it looked when she was playing it on her Xbox Series S. I was like, wow, the graphics don't look bad. Like, I thought for sure the game was going to be outdated and look like crap. It looked pretty good. I was just shaking my head like, whoa, okay, well, that's interesting. That it's actually that good. Gameplay-wise, it's a watered-down version of an RPG. It's definitely streamlined. You only basically control your main character, and then you tell your other party members what to do, and then you can switch between them if you want for certain situations. In fact, I actually remember that you end up having, in certain situations, to control each individual party member to cast spells or buff or do whatever, and then go back to your main character. But anyway, she's in the early hours of it. She played it for a few hours yesterday, and I watched her. She played some when I was out, but then she played more when I got home. And I'm like, I remember this game. The plot is quite good. But I do remember when I played it, I had a couple complaints. Complaint number one is the game didn't run very well. I remember the game being kind of like, it ran sub 30 frames per second. I think I played it on PS3. I'm almost positive I played it on PS3. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did. And when I did, I remember liking the story and the dialogue choices. But I just remember that it didn't perform very well. It wasn't a great-looking game back then because it was kind of choppy, although the detail was good. And then, again, I remember with the combat, a lot of the times what happens is you get overwhelmed and you have to try to, on the fly, be switching between the characters to control each one and get them to do what you want. And that was a little frustrating, too. So, I remember liking the game. I did a full playthrough of it, back when it was new. So she's playing it now. One of her favorite games ever was Dragon Age Inquisition, which I know a lot of people disagree with. Everyone wants to shit on the Dragon Age series, says it sucks, but she loves Dragon Age Inquisition, and finally she's gotten around to try Dragon Age 2, and so far she likes it, but she's in the early hours of it. So I was watching her do that, and then we had already started a playthrough of Dead Space last night. We're watching someone play it, and see, the problem is Dead Space is an older game. So when you try to watch people play Dead Space, you basically have two choices. You can either watch a really old playthrough from back in the day that doesn't look very good or sound very good, and a lot of times it's very primitive. It's before people kind of refined what a Let's Play should be. So a lot of people don't have face cam. A lot of people, their direct capture quality isn't that good. Dead Space is a very outdated game at this point. It's 2009, 2008. So very old. Or, the other side of that, if you tend to watch a more modern playthrough of Dead Space, it's usually someone who's like, oh god, they do all the shit. They check every box and do every meme and do everything to be a popular YouTuber. Every possible, they're using the stupid, yo, brah, what up, dog? I'm here to play Dead Space, bro. Oh, no, get off me. It's like, oh, my God. An obnoxious commentary, obnoxious music, screaming. Oh, they're coming at me, oh, screaming. It's like, oh, my God. We went through, I'm not even kidding, 3 different people playing Dead Space. And finally, we kind of gave up. We're watching it, but we kind of gave up on finding someone who, acts normal. The person we're watching, and by the way, of course, I'm not going to call out who they are, but the person we're watching is dead white. The guy is, whiter than me. He's paler and whiter than me, and he's talking like he grew up in the fucking ghetto in his commentary. I was like, who is this playthrough for exactly? We know you don't talk like this. You're the ultimate poser. I'm laughing because I'm every time this commentary, I'm I just want to, slap the guy because he thinks he's, a hard dude from the streets. It's dude, I could tell that you grew up, with your parents and they fucking probably paid your way. You probably, have a surfboard. You know what I'm saying? You probably live in San Fernando Valley. Your commentary is ridiculous. What are you talking about? And that's how they act. That's seriously how they act online because they're trying to put up this persona to appeal to a wider audience on the internet. And apparently it works because some of these people are very popular doing this kind of shit. It's hilarious watching it, And the play that we're watching isn't particularly new. It's from several years ago. So it doesn't, again, it still doesn't have every element, but still it's just laughable. It's what I'm noticing. Okay, what I'm definitely noticing, the more that we've watched other content creators do Let's Plays, is that all the criticism that I've got over the years usually was completely unfair. All right, and I'm not saying that I'm the best Let's Player out there. I'm definitely not. But the point is, over the years, everyone always gave me shit. Always gave me shit. For my style of commentary, my style of gameplay. Here's what I'm noticing. The vast majority of Let's Players out there are actually just as good or slightly worse than me at the games they play. I'm serious. If they're playing a game for the first time, they're usually doing worse than me. Yeah, everyone always says I'm one of the worst gamers out there. Then you don't watch other Let's Players who are popular. You're just an asshole who makes fun of me and doesn't focus on everyone else out there. They suck. I told you, we're watching God of War. Some guy died on the fucking first boss, the bear, like 10 times. He had to edit it out. It's like, geez. And these are the popular Let's Players out there. You know what I'm saying? Awful commentary. I'm talking cringe-worthy commentary. Them faking, you know, these affectations in their voice. Over-exaggerating all the time. Using lingo you know they don't use in their normal lives to try to appeal to a youthful audience on YouTube. Every single video has the stupid face on it, on the thumbnail. You know, every possible thing. Possible. They all do the cringeworthy shit. But I was the one who everyone crapped on over the years. I was never good enough. My camera quality wasn't good enough. My face cam wasn't good enough. Or I wasn't using face cam. My commentary was terrible. My gameplay was terrible. And I watch these other content creators now. I mean, I've been watching playthroughs back as far as like 2015. All the way through up to now. I'm sorry. They're either on par with me or they're fucking worse. But everyone shits on Darkside Phil because I was the memeable guy to shit on. If you objectively look at the shit they put out versus me, I'm sorry, I don't see how you can objectively say that they were always definitively better, and that's why, oh, they're so much popular than Darkside Phil. Here's why. It's bullshit. It's because people just shat on me and made me the memeable guy to crap on YouTube. That's why I fell out of popularity, because remember, I was popular before any of them. It wasn't until This Is How You Don't Play that all that shit began. And again, I'm not saying I'm infallible. I am not saying I'm the best Let's Player out there. Be honest. Yeah, I'm a slow-moving guy when it comes to change and improvement. That's a lot of the reason why I lost some of my audience, okay? But at the same time, the shit that I get thrown at me and the dumb criticisms I get are just that. Like, people saying I'm not good at games, and I swear to God the people who I watch are way worse. In case in point, so we started watching one guy play Dead Space, but his playthrough, he'd already played the game before. So he's like, okay, so here we go. And he's like, I'm not even kidding, and he didn't even title it like speedrun. The dude is like speedrunning the game. He's like, watch this, so he knows everything about the game. He already knows the plot. He already knows how to play it perfectly, and he's just like turboing through the game at maximum speed, like, but he didn't even title it that. He said it was like a legit playthrough. It's not. You go to watch it, it's like this guy is just like kind of rushing the game. How is this entertaining? Again, maybe if you had titled it speedrun, you'd be like, okay, this guy's really good at it, or he's turbo. It's not entertaining to watch when literally he doesn't really react to anything. Or if he does react, you can tell it's a fake reaction because he's already played it before. So he's overreacting to try to get a reaction out of his audience. But I mean, I could just sit here and tell you a million times. Seriously. How I'm now watching all this other content. It's hilarious how over the years everyone said, do you watch other content creators? And I'm like, no, I don't. I just stay here in my lane. I do my own stuff. Now I'm actually watching the other content creators. And what I'm realizing is they ain't got shit. They're virally popular for various dumb reasons. Whether it's memes, whether it's literally just because they checked every box of the how to be popular on YouTube or Twitch fucking algorithm. It's nothing to do with the content. It's not. It's ridiculous. You know, me, I was the one who was the popular guy until it became either abuse the algorithm or shit on Phil because of the memes, you know? But you know what? I'm happy that I'm still here and I have the audience that I have. I know I'm never going to get back to being mainstream popular because the thing is, whenever something popular happens involving me, immediately everyone finds the memes. Oh, look at all these negative memes about Phil. Well, can never see him in a positive light ever again, right? And that's YouTube life, I guess. That's how YouTube operates their business, which is really fucked up. No, there shouldn't be mass slander and shit like that available, but it is. You know, there's really no recourse against it besides mass lawsuits, which obviously I'm not going to do. I'm just going to be happy with what I am. I can still do business today. I can still maintain it. I'm still happy with the audience that I have, and at least we can have a great time together on a daily basis. Fuck all the nonsense and the white noise outside, all right? I'm just speaking from a perspective now where now I'm actually starting to watch other people play games. I'm like, holy shit, my God, I can't believe people gave me shit over the years when this is what people are watching. You know, everyone we're watching essentially has 1 million or more subs on YouTube, and they're way worse than me. Way worse in so many different ways. Okay? Anyway, all that being said, so we